Here's a few reasons why you should lift at a slower tempo instead of a fast one. Now, one thing to point out, the science doesn't show much difference between a fast lifting speed and a slow lifting speed in relation to muscle growth. However, there's a few additional things you can take into account with a slower lifting pace that I see as being superior to a fast. So, first up, wear and tear on your joints. If you're doing movements a little bit faster pace, so dumbbell press, coming down, every time you lower and down, you've got the momentum of the weight coming down, jarring on that shoulder. Now, that could feel fine for quite a number of years, but the way I like to look at it, with resistance training, I want to be lifting weights for the next 20, 30, and hopefully 40 years. Now, 40 years of fast movements jarring down on the shoulder could cause a bit of wear and tear and stop me from being able to come to the gym. And because there's no difference in relation to muscle growth between a fast and slow pace, if there's a possibility to protect my joints for a little bit longer by lifting a bit slower, I see it as a bit of a no-brainer. The other thing that does occur with a slower lifting speed is you can feel the muscles you're actually trying to activate better. So, if once again, with the dumbbell press, if you're just coming up and down quite nice and fast, you can focus on moving the weight, but focusing on feeling that chest contract can be a little more challenging. If we slow the movement down, feel the stretch, squeeze the muscle to drive up, give it nice controlled, you can feel the muscle you're trying to activate throughout the movement. By slowing down the lift, increase that thing called the mind-muscle connection, where you can actually feel the muscle that you're trying to activate with the exercise in itself. The other thing I like to take into account is the fact that the faster you go, the heavier you can lift, and the higher the risk of injury is as well. When you're slowing things down, you can focus on the technique of the lift that you're trying to conduct, and bad form doesn't have quite the same chance of slipping in. If you're lifting faster with heavier load and bad form starts to creep in, once again the risk of injury starts to increase. If you're not getting any additional benefits in relation to the growth of the muscle, but you're increasing the risk of injury from that lift, it's better to do things slower pace, lift safer, while still achieving the same amount of muscle growth as if you're to lift things faster. However, it does mean the ego has to be left at the door. Drop the weights back, lift slower, and lift a lot safer. You want to preserve your lifting career for as long as you can.